Good day. This is Jotwyla Moore, and I am so excited to have with me one of the co-authors of the Girl Get Up anthology. This project is so precious to me and to my heart because it is a project that is bringing empowerment, inspiration, and motivation to women. And that is something that I know that I've been called to do. I'm so grateful for the women who have joined themselves to this vision and have written their stories. And right now I have with me our fellow co-author, Amber Moore. And of course, for those of you who don't know, Amber Moore is my daughter-in-law, who I like to refer to as my daughter-in-law. She is a part of our family and we love her very much. And so I want to present her to you today. When we did our launch on April the 9th, the authors were only able to talk for a short minute about themselves. So this will allow you to get to know our authors a little bit better. So Amber, I want to start off with you telling us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a native West Virginian. I'm from Bluefield, West Virginia. I have a bachelor in elementary education, K-6. I'm currently a grad student pursuing a master in literacy education. And I just got everything transferred to be able to sub here in Florida because we relocated here in December. So I'm just really excited for all of the things that God is opening doors for, because this has been a process in this move. And we're enjoying Florida living and getting to know our church family and creating a community here.
Yes, and I'm so excited for you guys. I'm a fellow West Virginian too, so I know that living in Florida is a lot different. But of course, we're excited that we don't have to see the snow and we'll deal with the snow anymore.
Yes, yes.
So Amber, can you tell us what made you want to join the other team of writers for the Girl Get Up anthology?
To put it simply, God. When you approached me and asked me to write in this project last year, I was very adamantly against it. I did not want to write in this. Being vulnerable is something that I have always struggled with. I have two really close friends, and they know everything about me, and that's just how I operate in my life. It's easier for me to feel safe that way. And so being asked to share my story, I was like, I don't know about this. And I even talked to my husband, your son, Kirk, and I was like, your mom has asked me to do this huge project, and I don't think that I'm capable of doing that. Like, I don't think that I'm in a space to be vulnerable in that way. And he was like, I think that you should. I think that people need to hear your story. I think that girls that grew up just like you would benefit from hearing that. And so I prayed about it. And I just kept hearing God telling me, this is not about you as much as you feel that it is. And as scary as being vulnerable is with other people and being honest about, your struggles or whatever it may be along the way in your story, it's not about you. It's about what I'm going to do with that. It's about how I'm going to bless other people, especially women. We created this project to empower people, but one of the biggest things was empowering other women. And that's something that I've always tried to operate in my life. I've always been that person that tries to nurture other women in my life because I know what it feels like to be left out or to feel unseen or any of those emotions. And so I really just had to relinquish my control of it and say, okay, God, I trust you. I'm going to share my story, even though it's hard for me.
Amen. And that is such a great point. I feel like you and many of the authors felt that vulnerability. And so with that being said, can you talk about your writing process just a little?
So it was stressful, to put it short. I'm a part-time, full-time student. This semester I'm part-time because I had to drop a class and I'll have to retake it later because of transferring everything. But at the time I was a full-time student. I was working full-time, 45-hour weeks, actively involved in the church, other things going on as well that, that I was involved with, extracurriculars and things like that. And so finding time to focus on this and dedicate time to it was really rough for me because time management is not my strong suit. And especially when I am like struggling to like want to do something, I tend to procrastinate. And so there were a lot of times where I was up late writing because I wanted to finish this on the deadline, and hand in my best work. But I feel like I kind of stood in my own way in some aspects because I was like, man, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what I want to share. Like, how do I share my story in a way that's authentic, but leaves out things that I'm not ready to talk about yet? Because there were a lot of aspects in my story that I omitted because I felt like I needed to take a step back and not share that yet because I wasn't in a place to. So it was stressful, it was overwhelming, but when I submitted it, I was just like, wow, like I felt really grateful to be a part of something bigger than me. And to really be truthful and honest. And again, that word that we keep going back to, vulnerable, because again, that's something that I am working on regularly. And so when I submitted my story, I felt so many different emotions. But the one that I remember the most is being grateful, being thankful that my story would help other people, and allowing myself to really commit to the writing process and not procrastinate, like getting out of my own way, got me to the end result. And I was thankful to be done as well. Like I was a little bit stressed out. So I was thankful to be finished, in all aspects, and to feel like I did something good.
Yeah, it sounds like this process definitely stretched you. So it broke you out of some of your comfort zones. And that's exactly what God does to us all the time. But it's for our good and to make us better. And it's good that you felt satisfied on the other side of all that you had to go through to get the story out. And I can tell you, so far, we've had so much good feedback. The stories, I've heard that the stories are powerful and that they are very impactful. And that's what we wanted them to do, to be impactful, to be inspiring, and also to help improve the lives of other women and whoever should read our stories. They're not just men, can also be inspired by them. But of course, the book is entitled Girl, Get Up. So it's especially written for women. What do you want the reader to take away from your story?
The biggest thing that I hope and I pray that the person reading takes away is that it doesn't matter where you started, it matters how you finish. And in the moments that you're wishing you could be someone else, or you're wishing your situation would change, or you're comparing your story and where you're at to someone else in your life that you think has everything together, remember that they probably are going through things as well that you have no idea. And you have to be faithful to who you are, in the journey, and be authentically you, because wishing you could be someone else, wishing your situation was different, wishing all of these things. I talk about the grass being greener on the other side, how we always think about that. I talk about that in the story. And so what I really hope and pray that you take away from the story when you read it is that that's not how life works, for one. And for two, if you sit in what you're going through and you reflect on the good out of it instead of everything that you feel is going wrong, that's where true change happens. That's where true love for yourself starts to take place, and really an appreciation for God's hand throughout all of those aspects, because I wouldn't be sitting here today without that.
Amen.
So, yeah.
Powerful, powerful points to be taken from your story. My favorite thing is to be authentically you and to be okay with who God made you and to own your process, because we all have a process that God's taking us through.
Yeah.
I'm excited about people reading your story when they purchase the book. So I have one more question and then we're going to go into some fun questions, fast, fun questions. But one more thing before we move on. Do you have any future plans as a writer?
I have actually been thinking about that and praying about it. Like I said, there were a lot of things that I didn't share in my story, and there's one particular aspect that I've been thinking about, and it's not going to be easy because, again, it's hard to be vulnerable, especially when you go through something really hard. But I keep praying and I keep like hearing God tell me like this is the next step. So we'll see how that goes and how that plays out. But as of right now, brainstorming what I want to do next, that's part of it, is sharing parts of my story that I didn't share in this anthology.
Well, that's exciting. So there may be more to look forward to from Amber Moore.
Let's hope so.
Well, let's get to some fun questions. This is some getting to know who you are as a person. So I'm going to ask you a series of this or that.
Okay.
And so we'll go down through the questions and you say which one is yours. So number one, dog or cat?
Cat.
I knew that. Netflix
as
or
much as
YouTube?
my husband hates to hear it, cat.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix. I watch a lot of things on Netflix.
All right. Phone call or text?
Text. I do not like when people just randomly call me. We have to set up an appointment.
I don't either. So I'm going to say text on myself. Toast or eggs?
Oh, that's a tough one because I kind of have to be in the mood for either one. But I'll say eggs because I eat eggs more regularly than I do toast.
Okay. Cardio or weights?
I do both.
So equal, huh?
We'll say weights though, because cardio, especially when I do faster cardio, it's not fun.
Well, Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook. I got locked out of my Twitter, so.
It's a thing of the past. Hamburger or taco?
Tacos.
Tacos. Now, you know, I love hamburgers, so
Yes.
we differ in that. Couch or recline? Oh, go ahead.
I'm not a big hamburger person. Tacos, you can get chicken or like turkey tacos.
That's true.
That's my jam.
The healthier version of it. Couch or recliner?
Couch.
Online shopping or shopping in a store?
Online shopping is usually what I gravitate towards because I will forget something and be like, oh, I need this. But I much prefer in person because it's easier to figure out what I really want, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so this one might be before your time, but we're going to go with it anyway. Receive an email or a letter?
I'll say a letter. It's not before my time because I used to write letters to one of my best friends. We would write letters to each other, even though we talked every single day through text message. We would write letters and share things, and it was fun. It was enjoyable to get mail outside of
Yeah.
like junk mail.
Well, I think that's an interesting point. I meant to say that Amber is our youngest writer. So uh, it's very interesting that she still likes the paper and the feel of paper and writing with an ink pen.
My mom has always said that I'm an old soul, so I don't fit the mold of people my age most of the time.
Well, a couple more, passenger or driver?
Passenger.
Okay. Tablet or computer?
A computer, because I feel like it's easier to navigate on your screen, although I do use both.
So true, so true. A bath or a shower?
Shower. That's make me feel like I need to take a shower afterwards. Like baths are like to relax for a moment, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a shower so I can get completely clean.
Exactly. I feel you. Sneakers or sandals?
I usually do sandals. I have a lot of sandals. I'm not a huge sneaker person.
And especially now that you're a Floridian.
Yeah.
Works out, works out great. What's
Yeah.
worse, laundry or dishes?
Dishes. I will do laundry every single day. Putting it away is a different story, but I will do the laundry. I would
You'll
much
get them
rather do
washed at least.
laundry over doing dishes.
Well, Amber, it has been a pleasure getting to know you better. I hope that your story will continue. Clearly, I know in life that it will, but we hope to hear more from you. You are a powerful voice in your generation. I'm so very proud of you. And I just want everybody to get to know you a little bit better and to look on your author's page. I know you have an author's page on Facebook. Is there anywhere else that people can come to you, talk to you, or get to know what you have going on in the future?
Yes, so I have my author's page on Facebook. It's Amber Moore _author. And then I also have an email, which I believe it's the same thing, Amber Moore author at gmail.com. So you can reach out to me there. I usually don't post like my personal phone number, so I am available on my author page because you can just shoot me a message there or you can send me an email.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today. It's been a pleasure. And we want you guys to go out and get the book. It's available on Amazon.com. And some of the authors will have copies in local areas. I do want to tell you that we will be, Amber and I, along with a few other co-authors, will be at a book signing in Fairmont, West Virginia on May 29th at the DSF Stop Center. It will be at 2:00 p.m. and we will be putting out more advertisement about that, but I wanted to put it out there so you know you can come and see us in person.
Yes.
All right, well, looking forward to it. We'll end this interview and we'll tell you guys blessings on blessings. Go out and purchase Girl Get Up.
Yes, yes. Bye.
Bye-bye.